Student, in this lecture, we will again discuss working capital management, and we will see what business activities we do that have its impact on the amount of cash as well as on the working capital. Remember that cash itself is a part of working capital, but there are certain business transactions which are directly impact on the cash amount, and as well as there are certain concepts which can impact on the amount of working capital. So these two business activities are important because when you are doing something and you don't know whether it's going to impact on the cash amount and whether it's going to be positively or negatively impacting on the working capital amount. Just see, in the first case, if we are collecting receivable faster, so when we are collecting receivable faster, it means that it is going to increase your cash position. On the other hand, if collection of receivable is slower, it means that earlier if you are giving 30 days credit to your customers and now you are giving them 60 days credit, so whatever cash you were able to get after 30 days, now you will receive it after 60 days. In this kind of situation, the cash amount will decrease to some extent at the time when this activity will happen. If you are able to get better credit from the supplier, so this is positive for the cash point of view, because earlier, just assume that you were paying to your suppliers after 15 days and now you are paying it after 30 days. It means that you will be able to get more time from the supplier, and if you are getting more time from the supplier, it means that whatever cash you have after 15 days will remain in your business. So this kind of activity will increase your cash resources. Student, in case of inventory, we are quite familiar that if we are able to sell our inventory faster, so naturally it's going to increase your cash balance and it will free up your cash to some extent, subject to this condition that you are not selling it on credit. Because in case if you are selling goods on credit, so naturally it is not changing to cash, it is changing to receivable, and naturally it will take time to convert it into cash. But on the other hand, there are certain transactions which directly or indirectly impact on the working capital, and in some cases, they do not have any impact on the working capital. When we write that it has its impact on the working capital or not, this is important to keep it in mind that working capital is a difference of current assets minus current liabilities. It means that if I'm talking about working capital, you should keep this equation in your mind, that whenever we are talking working capital, it is difference of current assets and current liability. If receivable collection becomes faster, so it means that it is moving from receivable to cash. Since only current assets will be changing from receivable to cash, it doesn't impact on the overall amount of the current assets. And if other things held constant, so naturally only this specific transaction will not impact on the working capital. In similar case, if your receivable is slower, it is so whether you are receiving it after 30 days or 60 days, it doesn't make any difference on the amount of working capital. Remember that I am not talking about that how it is changing on the cash amount. It is specifically related to the total amount that you required for the working capital. Student, issue of shares for cash. So you all familiar that in case if you are issuing shares for cash, so cash will increase, and when current assets will increase, it is impacting on the uh, amount of uh, working capital. So I'm slightly changing it over here, that it is going to increase your cash position. If you are able to shift your inventory faster, again keep it in mind that when inventory is moving faster or slower, it is only shifting from cash to inventory or inventory to cash. Since there is no impact on the total amount of current assets, so there will be no change in the working capital amount. On the other hand, look at the first transaction. If you are selling fixed assets. So sale of fixed assets will increase your cash, and cash will increase your current assets. So you can say that now working capital will increase. Payment of long-term loan has two parts. The one, you are paying cash, that is decreasing your current assets, and since current liability is not changing, so in this situation your working capital will decrease. Payment to supplier of goods means you are paying to suppliers, cash will decrease as well as your current liability will decrease. Since both items will decrease, so there will be no impact on the working capital. If you have to understand it more properly, it's much better to draw an equation in which write current assets and minus current liability, and then see that if you are reducing both the amounts of current assets and current liability, so naturally it's not going to impact on the total uh, amount of working capital. Purchase of fixed assets by cash means your current assets will decrease. Since current assets will decrease, so naturally working capital will also decrease. Look, the last transaction, payment of expenses. If you are paying expenses, so naturally it's going to decrease your cash amount, which will decrease your total current assets, and hence it's going to decrease your working capital. So the objective of all this discussion is just to give you an idea that whenever any business transaction is happening, it is going to put sometime impact on the working capital, and sometime it doesn't make any difference on the working capital. So if you understand these concepts, it helps you a lot when you are doing your business, that how and when working capital will be positively or negatively impact.